So just following up on the executive actions, I mean, the ones that the president had hinted we might hear more of Friday, you say are still being talked about. I mean, there's broad frustration among voters we've talked to, among many Democratic lawmakers, that you had this unprecedented situation of more than a month of knowing pretty much what was going to be likely in the ruling. You had the dynamics on the court were clear in place when this case was heard. There's a lot of frustration of why weren't those orders deliberated and decided and ready to roll out at a faster pace than here we are about 2 weeks later talking about when that next wave might come out. I mean, what's your response to that general frustration?
Well, I would look. I'll say this: we understand that the frustration. What we saw the court do almost 2 weeks ago should be frustrating, should be infuriating, and should have everyone angry, not just women. Because this is not just about women's rights. It's going to, as we saw, as you just mentioned, Clarence Thomas, and what he just said in his remarks, we are in an incredibly scary time. And so we have to take their words very, very seriously. And let's not forget what national Republicans have been saying for the past couple of weeks, is how they want to make a national ban. And so because of that, the president has been very forceful in saying that we have to take action. He cannot just do this alone. Congress needs to take action. So that's number one. But to your point, within hours, when this decision came down, the president used his executive authority, which matters here, because we know those who want to ban all abortions, their next moves are going to be medicated abortion and travel across state line. And so we wanted to make that clear and get and make sure we got ahead of that, if you will, as we're seeing what we're seeing across the states with the banning of abortion for the next round of attacks. So that's what we did first. Now we're going to look at his legal authority on what he can do on executive actions. But we jumped into action, I would argue, within hours of the decision, and the actions that we took, those executive authorities that we took, were in consultation with groups, we're in consultation with legal experts. We've been having these conversations with them for many, many weeks since we heard of the draft proposal.